Good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are, podcast land. This is episode 65, Lane Pipe with the PVC Crew. Man, y'all know how we do. First and foremost, shout outs to all the subscribers who are rocking along with us. Of course, we appreciate each and every one of you, of course. Man, y'all see who we got in the building. We don't cut all the intro, we'll get straight to the info. Forget all that.
Yes, sir.
Man, Paul, tell these people who we got in the building today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody out in podcast land, this is a special treat we got here. We got my boy, Dirty Joe, in the building.
Dirty freaking Joe in the building.
Dirty freaking Joe.
Dirty freaking Joe in the building. Definitely a privilege and an honor to have you, of course, man.
Yeah.
Man, where do we start, man? There's a lot of things going on. So you tell me, what's been going on in your life, man? I know you got a lot cooking right now.
Well, first let's start where we met.
Let's go there.
Yeah.
Where do we meet?
So I missed you guys, first of all.
Miss you too, brother.
I'm glad that you guys all have a podcast together. It's like everybody I've worked with, everybody I've known, and it's just great people. You're great people. We used to work together in Walmart in Cerritos. Right, Cerritos. Yes.
Yeah, Cerritos.
Yeah. Who did you meet first? Us three.
You.
Me?
I
Okay.
met Paul first.
Okay.
That was the overnight assistant manager.
Yeah.
And then you were overnights. Then you jumped on maintenance overnight. And then you jumped on when I was in days like electronics. Right?
Yep, you're doing
Yep.
days.
Yep.
And I was going to meet Coach when I first got in.
So I used to work with you guys in Walmart. It was good, the good old glory days,
Well, we had a lot of good fun.
Lots of fun. Especially having me as a boss.
It was fun having you as a boss.
Yes.
Hey, Joe. Shh. Good luck.
Good time.
No, but yeah, that is how we met actually, And it's funny because people always ask that all the time. How did the PVC Podcast Crew come together? Kind of in the same fashion. We came together at work. We decided to say, let's put something together for the masses because we always talk the same things all the time. It's like it's us by ourselves and people would listen in. So we said, look, let's just bring it to everybody and let's just do this.
Yeah, we found each other in the discount aisle.
We were all shopping in the clearance.
We was in the clearance section. We were CDP.
Nah, Victor was mopping the lawn. How you guys doing?
Oh, that's too funny.
And that's what I love about it. Like, people see our success, but they don't realize what we've done or what we're currently doing.
Right.
It just shows that you can still be successful working a day job.
True.
You don't have to consider yourself successful once that's all you're doing. Podcasting or getting paid to do movies, getting paid to do music. People think like, oh yeah, this guy's just like a superstar. No, I still work a day job.
Yeah.
So do we all. And surprisingly enough, it's like Walmart. We work at Walmart, and we're still successful people. People think like, oh yeah, working at Walmart sucks and this and that and that.
Right.
Can't go anywhere in life. I'm like, look at us, we're going places, and we're still there.
But I find that ironic because certain people who will still say, hey, I still work that 9-to-5 job, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But it's just a blessing inside when they take something from the bottom and work their way up to the top. It's just amazing and relevant.
It's not going to happen overnight.
Exactly.
Like your first gig is not going to blow you up. Oh, I can quit my job because I won a trophy. No.
Right. But that's a real
I'm glad you clarified that, bro.
Yeah, because a lot of people do that stuff. They get their first little
I got like 3 or 4 of them, and I'm still working a damn day job.
Yeah, and then they gotta pay rent. Can I get my job back?
Yeah. But I watched stand-up comedy. Like I went to go see Jay and Silent Bob. Jason Mewes did stand-up, and part of his jokes he was talking about. Maybe it's a joke, but I'm pretty sure it's a real story. When he was shooting his first movie, he was still delivering pizzas.
Yes.
So then,
wow.
he was delivering pizzas, and when he delivered the pizza, he's like, "Hey, you're that Snoochie Boochie guy." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You don't need a tip. You're famous already." He's like, "Snoochie Boochie." Like they didn't tip him because they thought he was a celebrity.
Right.
I was like, "Shit." So you're over here making movies, you got famous, and people recognize you when you're doing your day job, and they don't want to tip you because they're like, "Oh, you're a celebrity. You don't need the money." But shit, you're still fucking working. Obviously, you still need some kind of money.
And I think that's the misnomer about the industry. They think that just because you're on to a degree and you're recognizable, they think that there's money already behind the process.
Yeah, people, they get confused. It's like, yes, I have a job, but I also work.
Yeah. We got bills to pay too, Sometimes your gigs only give you a one-time deal. That's only gonna last so long.
Yeah.
I've hung out with other celebrities where like they're big now, but I'm like, how did you get to this point? Where do you know? When do you know when you can quit your job? And they said you never really know.
Right.
Because some people are doing gigs and they're like bouncers at clubs, you know, bodyguards, things like that, security. So it's like you never know. Like sometimes you're watching people the people you watch on TV probably have a day job.
Or still sitting working at a Walmart or something. But you never know. You just know that. Oh, that's him.
I would lose my mind. You see someone like John Travolta, where he's like working at a pharmacist. I'm here for my prescription.
What? Wait.
Right?
Did you remember that commercial? I thought it was actually real, but you probably remember when Brock Lesnar was at the drive-thru. I'm like, he has a daytime job now? But like you said, people still have a life to live. They don't know if that success is going to be relevant to the top. But still, I'm still going to work my job. I'm not going to just leave something off just because, I'm trying to pursue something even more greater. Because like you said, it takes time.
Yeah, it turns out existing is expensive.
Exactly. When not every single celebrity is making top-end money.
Right.
I think that's the one thing that people miss in the whole equation.
Yeah.
Like, just because you're doing a little something, you could be on a major TV show and still be getting paid less than certain people who's working a regular job, and that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Now,
you could be an extra at a show and that happens.
Now, a question for you, just because, on that topic. Is it hard to maintain your work schedule from your user schedule when you're on the road?
It's slightly tough, but I manage it by not resting. So I commit to my day job 100%, no matter what. That's my work ethic, I gotta do my job. I love my job. My job is the reason why I'm able to do these other things. That's where I'm getting my money to fund my project. So I will always thank, Walmart for helping me out, do what I gotta do.
Right.
Obviously, we get PTO.
Right.
You request your days off, so as long as you know when your gigs are, you can put it in advance. But that's also why I go above and beyond in my job.
Right.
So I tell them, I need this day off.
Goodwill.
I'm not like when I put a request in, I'm not asking for the day off. I'm telling you, I'm not coming in that day.
Yeah.
Right.
I paid my dues.
It's a social courtesy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I feel you on that part.
I have to pay my dues, and I do put my request in there for events, but also I try to work around it on my days off. So like when I have to record a song or a studio, I use it on my day off. So that technically I really don't get no rest. Working my day job, my day off, I'm at the studio recording jams or whatever, or attending a premiere or something, a screening or whatnot. Then lots of times too, sometimes if I have to rehearse with a band, our schedules don't align on my day off.
Right.
So I tell them like, well, after I get off work, I'll go drive to, Pasadena, Los Angeles, wherever I have to go. So the showbiz life or musician life is not for people that love to sleep. If you love sleeping, this business is not for you.
Yeah.
Because I sleep was business, trust me.
Yeah.
I gotta ask on behalf of our listeners, what energy drink are you addicted to?
Ain't no
Lately, none.
No, good. That's good.
I don't drink coffee. This is hot chocolate.
Talk that.
This is hot chocolate. I don't drink coffee. I hate coffee. My wife loves it.
I remember you said that.
Shout out to the missus, by the way.
Yeah, the missus made me famous. So yeah, I don't drink coffee. I hate coffee. Energy drinks. I always went with Full Throttle back in the days. That blue can.
So
I remember that.
A different question. So if you're not drinking energy drinks, what are you doing to maintain this energy? Because you're putting in clearly 10 hours at the job. You're putting in another 4 to 5 studio time.
People like Paul will know. Back in the days, my favorite wrestler was the Ultimate Warrior. So growing up, seeing that much energy, I'm like, I want to be like that guy. So I don't know what the hell at that time he was on, but I just seen energy in a guy. I'm like, that's what I want to be, so I want to freaking go.
Right.
So I just wake up every morning like Ultimate Warrior mode, dude. Ultimate Warrior mode.
Hey,
I keep that.
Randy Savage.
Hey, that's another inspiration too. Randy Savage, I love that guy, dude. But that warrior mode, that's so I just keep that mentality. Like, you want to be a beast, be Ultimate Warrior. So like, I'm that guy. Like, I don't snooze.
Right.
I just get one alarm, like boom, that's it. Let's go. Let's get up and go.
Wake up in the morning, look in the mirror. Just get to work.
Yes. Yeah.
Eating a Slim Jim in the shower. Ready to go.
So, wow. You know what? I can see Joe doing that. He can do it. He'll make a good Macho Man Slim Jim commercial. Slim Jim, dig it. But for you, how many hours a day do you put in studio time?
Studio, I would say about 4 hours. 4 hours a day.
That's pretty bad.
And it's tough right now too. Like I said, back in the days, about a decade ago, I had a full band where we all chip in for these type of things. You know, and then I would only have to do guitars, vocals. I'd have other people to play bass or guitar. But now I got to do it all by myself. I went solo.
Right.
So I go to a recording studio. I have to pay for everything by myself,
Yes.
but I also got to play everything by myself.
Right.
So I do 4 hours a day. Right. I go in. I have to do vocals. I do guitars, and then the bass.
And here's where I can relate to that, because when I'm doing music as a composer, this is a lot of reasons why I started building all the pieces in-house. Get my mixer, get my, computer with Pro Tools or whatever it may be. So I don't have to be in the studio. I could do a lot of that stuff from home. It's like, okay, let me lay this down. So when I get to the studio, I could just go ahead and retweak it and lay it down the proper way and just keep rolling.
Now let me get. Did you go to school for all that, or did you study?
So I did. So I studied some of it, and I learned some of it on the fly. So yes, I'm a graduate of Long Beach State. For the people who don't know, graduated Long Beach State. I have a bachelor's of music and I have AA computer science. So I did go to school with the intent of not necessarily.
Wait. Hold on. Cut the brakes. I know all about that. I never knew. Victor, wait. Did you know that he had an AA? He never told us that.
Yes.
I never knew that.
Let me clarify. I have a.
Wait, you have AA?
You have an AA.
Yeah, I have
Alcoholics Anonymous? What are you not telling us?
This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Did
Did you grind here yourself?
I could have sworn. Wait, I could have sworn he didn't never.
I have a bachelor's of music.
I've known you for what, 2-3 years, and this is the first time I'm hearing this. I know you went to school, but you never clarified you had.
He's going to put.
So let me clarify for the people in the back. Yes, I have a bachelor's of music from Long Beach State. Got that in '98. I have an AA in computer science from Long Beach State.
Well, thank you for letting brothers know about this.
So when it comes to like music composition and stuff, some of it I learned, but as you know, music evolves. And so the way the recording evolved. So when I was learning recording, I learned it basically analog, and then at the very beginning of digital, when it was just crossing over. Then once it started to cross over, I had to learn how to do everything I learned analog into digital. Now certain things are easier because I understand all the wave differentials and all stuff. So I understand what it's like to master, I understand what it's like to record, I understand mix boards and stuff. But it's just a process of learning from the analog old school, working like a 32, 64 channel mix board, to doing it basically on a computer. That's why a lot of stuff is easier to me now. But I learned it in 95, 96, 97, 98 back in the day. And so that's why I said for me, getting my own studio was super important to me because it made it easier so I don't have to be on the road all the time. Like for me, as y'all well know, I have, with my 2 kids, when they were younger, I couldn't just be in the studio 6-7 hours at a time. I had to be home, so I had to make sure I maximize the time at home, working, taking care of the family, doing all that stuff. And then when I hit the studio, I was basically in the box in the studio.
Say it, Victor.
Cameron. This is where the nursery / mixing room is.
The nursery room is in my son's room.
The crib's right next to it.
But
No. It was like that.
For you, because I know constantly you're on the road, and I can relate to that too. Because when I was training for competition or fight on that, you constantly put all your energy to that. So it's like, to be success, you gotta sacrifice a lot of stuff. So I envy you for that though, Joe, because you constantly you're on the move 24/7, and I see you every day. I'm like, man, does this guy even sleep? One minute he's home, next minute he's out of town somewhere on a gig or something like that. So yeah, man.
So let me ask this: what got you into music initially? Like to start, not just the listening, but what got you into the recording, the singing,
So what sparked this?
I know my dad was a musician when I was a kid, but he passed away when I was like 5 or 6. So I knew he was a musician. I seen it. I went to his rehearsals a few times. I got pictures somewhere, lost in the vault somewhere, but I know we had photos of all that. And then that once he passed away, and then I got to that age where I think middle school, I got into my rock music and I learned about that. I'm like, I had a buddy who wanted to play guitar, and I told him like, you know what, my dad played guitar. I think I have one in my house. So I picked up a guitar, and I went from there. And it just inspired me to be like my dad, continue his legacy.
Nice.
Like I know he was trying to do that, so then I feel like maybe I can do that. I love music now because I love rock music. Maybe I can continue doing what my dad did. Of course, I'm a little heavier. But he had an acoustic guitar, the wooden ones.
Oh, wow. Those are hard to find.
Yeah. So he had one of those, and I jammed with that for a bit, but I didn't want to break it because those are the last strings on that he has. So I'm like, I'm gonna buy my own guitar. Well, I told my mom to buy me one. I told my mom hey, there's a guitar for $100. My buddy just bought one. I want one just like it, you know. And she bought it for me because she felt guilty. Like, you know what? I know your dad's looking down on us, saying like, you better buy him that guitar.
Right.
So like, she ended up buying me an electric guitar. It's like a black and white electric guitar with like gold glitter on it all over. I'm like, I didn't care about the glitter. I'm like, shit, you know, like
little $200.
yeah. So I was like, I'll take it, and I rocked it. You know, like I don't care. You know?
So I got a question in regards to that. How far did your dad go in music? Was he like in the studio recording? Was he performing with the band?
He performed with bands like at like halls, you know, salons, and then some backyard shows or house parties back in those days. He'd go to San Francisco. He'd go in San Francisco and jam out all the way out there. So he was on tour too.
Nice.
You know. So he I can't say if he ever recorded at a studio. I know we have audio cassette tapes where he recorded it from home or whatever. So we have like tapes of that, things like that.
So
So
what do you like to sing?
what do I like to sing?
No,
Him? He was singing like the Beatles, Led Zeppelin,
So he did a lot of
some
covers.
Spanish rock. Yeah, he did a lot of covers. He was a cover guy, yeah.
Now, how did you deviate from your dad?
I mean, I stayed in the rock.
But there's rock. I mean, you more on the whole.
Yeah.
hard
It's a different
metal.
scene now. It's a different
Yes,
scene
yes,
from whenever
yes.
he was doing it and when I was doing it. I mean, really, it's just about the same.
So for you, what do you take from the music industry from the past to the future now?
It's definitely something because back in the days, there wasn't too many. Well, okay, there was always a lot of people doing it, but now there's too many people doing it. You know? So it's like, you're never going to find a band nowadays as big as like Metallica or Kiss or the Beatles, because back then they were the first ones to do it kind of thing, So the Beatles, the whole world fucking
I love Metallica.
Metallica, like they're the greatest band, they'll still see them. Nowadays, you get a new band, yeah, they'll get big and do some headlining shows, but no one will get as big as that attention, like the Spice Girls too, like, do you see anybody getting that fucking fame?
They might. I mean, you see some of these K-pop groups, they're touching on that right now.
Yeah.
But you would never
That
see.
doesn't count. That's not real.
I get it, but you gotta respect it.
Yeah.
Notoriety, because everybody says, like, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be a rock group bigger than the Beatles or Metallica. There's certain icon groups that you're not going to catch.
Yeah, you can't catch to that level. You can't get the attention that they got.
Yes, you're not going to catch it.
So would you say, because of the fact nowadays any goober can upload on YouTube or record and put on Spotify, it's become oversaturated?
So another thing too. So back then they earned their audience. They got put on the radio. That's how they got heard. Nowadays, people think they're famous because they have followers.
Right.
So you can easily pay a company to give you the followers, but then no one still knows who you are. But when someone goes to your profile, like, oh, this guy's famous. He got like 8,000 people following him. I'm like, but does he actually talk to 8,000 people? Do those 8,000 people actually talk to them back? Is a lot of those.
I like how you said that. I like how you said that.
Followers mean nothing. I mean, especially from a musician's point of view, the question is, do they travel with you? Meaning that if you're doing a show, now I don't care if you're doing Whiskey a Go Go or some pop coffee house or whatever it may be, are those 8? You get half of those 8,000.
Yeah.
If you show me you got 8,000 followers and 4,000 pull up for your show, then I can respect your 8,000. But if you got 8,000 and only like 20 of them show up to your show, what is your followers really there for? I mean, a lot of people got on that. That was basically Justin Bieber and Jessie J and that was their claim to fame, getting on by what their followers did. And they were like, oh, this is giving them a chance and get the right push.
And the thing about nowadays is like, if you start something, someone's going to see the attention you're getting. They're like, oh, I want that attention. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to pay to get more followers. I'm going to pay to get myself out there, but their talent isn't as great as yours.
Right. And that's where it becomes tough because everybody thinks that they can do it. Everybody thinks they can sing. Everybody thinks they can rap. Everybody thinks they can podcast. Everybody thinks that they can do these things, but it really is that it's so much going on and everybody's in the look at me phase that it's hard to separate yourself from the mess.
And that's why I tell myself I don't want to be labeled or considered an influencer. I'd rather be a public figure than an influencer. I'm not influencing
Man of the people.
Yes. What I do is original. I'm not trying to imitate and copy everything else. Like, you get influencers like unboxing stuff. Like, how many people unbox something? Like, we unbox that work all the damn time.
That's true.
So it's like, this guy unboxed the video, but he has like 1 million fans, so he's more popular than the other person that unboxed the same damn box.
Like, the only exception is boxing fan.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I hope it's not a bomb.
oh, for real, dude, seriously.
It's
So it's
actually
like,
a concern.
so it's like, it's like, it's not who you are anymore, it's who you know.
Right.
You know? And then, like I said, learning this way, as like when I started my Instagram, I was like at 200, 300 followers because of my friends and the people I knew, and things like that. And then I started, doing more movies or music and stuff like that with hashtags. People follow you, and then they start DMing you. Hey, I see your page. Like work with me, and I can get you a bigger fan base. I'm like, I don't want a bigger fan base.
Right.
I am quality over quantity.
Exactly.
I'd rather have quality friends than a quantity amount.
Can I jump in? Can I ask you a question real quick? Because you just said something really important. Does hashtagging stuff out gives you more followers?
It doesn't give you more followers, but it'll help you get some followers if they, because
Exposure.
like I have a personal page.
Okay.
And then that I don't hashtag.
Okay.
I just want my personal friends and families. If you find me, and if I accept, you're lucky.
Yeah.
But
No.
then I got my business.
That's a true statement. That's a true statement. That's why I asked.
Yeah, because like I'm gonna post my family stuff and all like that, and I don't want people bugging my mom or my wife and things like that, So then I got my business page, and there I was told you got a hashtag if you want to get out there, and I'm like, there's only so much I'm gonna do to try to blend in with the world.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like I fucking don't like TikTok, dude. I really hate it. But everybody, even my engineer, told me you got to get on TikTok if you want to make it.
I have TikTok, and I have a lot.
So I have TikTok, but only to edit my videos. I don't do the filters. I don't make filter videos.
I ain't doing all the extra foo-foo stuff.
I just use it to edit videos.
Get a
That's
couple
it.
snippets and
But
Yeah, I like to have my frontal lobe intact.
Wow.
Seriously.
So another question. So, how did you get in the movie industry?
Movie industry. So I used to follow this band called Van Stone. I went to see Twisted Sister live one time, and Van Stone opened up for these guys.
Wow.
Never heard of this. Never heard Van Stone in a while at all at that point. But the singer put on one hell of a show.
Right.
And I was laughing. It was great rock music. So then I'm like, okay, I never heard of this band, but I'm going to start following this band. Then I found out they were playing in Hollywood at the Viper Room, or I forgot.
I've been there, Viper Room.
Knitting Factory and all these other places. And I kept following and I loved it. Everywhere I went, he put on a different show, like a different performance, and it was hilarious. Sometimes he's breaking boards, doing like karate boards and all that stuff. He comes out on a skateboard and all this. I'm like, this guy's funny, like putting on a show. Like, I hate paying good money just to see a band just stand there like, thank you, good night, we're out. These guys actually put on a show, make you laugh and like interact with you guys. So that was pretty cool. So after the show, I would see him in the crowd, and I'm like, hey, dude, let me get you a drink, or like, good shit, let me get your autograph, take a picture with you, boom, boom, boom. But I've seen them so many times that they would recognize me at all the show, like, hey, you're here again, dude, hey, let's come hang out and shit, cool. So they respected me, I'm like, cool. Then one day, I was watching a movie, Little Man, with Marlon Wayans.
Yep.
And then like, I was looking away, and I heard this voice, I'm like, hey, that sounds like that one singer and shit. And I seen him, I looked at the credits, and it said Dave Sheridan, I'm like, nah, that's not Van Stone. So I Googled Dave Sheridan, and I found out that is Van Stone. So I was like, oh shit.
That's how they do it.
So this guy's a singer and a rock star.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, dude, like if this guy can do it, maybe I want to do it.
Right.
So then I hung out with him for a few more times. He invited me over to film some behind the scenes stuff for his band and all that. Never made it out yet.
Right.
Whole decade later, I've been talking to him recently too. He's like, I got to get this out. I'm like, yeah, dude, when you put this out, I'm a little kid in that video, dude. I'm probably not even 21. I don't even have a beard when I'm filming with you. And now I'm at your premiere with a fucking beard and mohawk and all that,
But that's how it happened. That's a very real thing. That's basically how it happened for me. It was the same identical thing.
There's people saying that it's like the industry was not kind to him.
Yeah. That's my kid. That's my kid.
But that's real though.
Yeah.
Because you basically was like, yo, I see these people on a regular day to day, and it was like, I'm at this venue and I see them. And then they recognize you. And then you just start to organically like, hey, let's just hang out, do something, whatever it may be. Then all of a sudden you transition that particular friendship into maybe I should be able to do this. And pretty sure if you ran into him right now, he'd probably be the one like, what do you need for me to do to help you get on?
Oh, he does.
Oh, I know he does.
Yeah.
I know he does.
He's a great guy. Really
That goes into the who you know part of the conversation.
So then, like, I think a few years after I worked with him, he ended up flying away from. He moved out of Los Angeles.
Right.
So then, we kind of lost touch a little bit, but I kept in touch with his director. So my director of my music video is Timothy Bennett. Mm-hmm. He was the roadie on the Van Stone concert. So when they're on stage, she's the one holding the boards, and then while he's breaking it, so like he put on a show too. Yep. So he stayed in LA, so I kept in touch with him. So he's the one that directed all my music videos.
Yeah, that's cool.
So Dave Sheridan did a signing in Los Angeles a few years back, and I showed up to support him. he recognized me in the parking lot. He straight up was like, Joe. So, oh yeah, long story short, Juan Gonzalez, legal name.
I know.
Joe.
We know.
If you're cool with me, it's Joe.
Yes.
So long story.
We already cleared that file a long time ago.
So
You had a lot of people confused.
I know.
Like his name is
I
Juan.
usually use Juan for work and clinics. That's really it. You know?
That's his
Legal
name.
purpose.
That's the name he uses when they sign his checks. Juan.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Juan Jose.
Yeah. So I got to the parking lot and I'm getting to the event where Dave shared it. He's like, Joe! I'm like, oh shit, he recognizes me. Like, so I respect that he remembered me.
Right.
Like, it means it meant a lot, you know. So
That's good.
I can appreciate somebody that takes care of their fans and remembers their fans and things like that. You
Hey,
know.
that's cool, man.
So then when I got to meet him in line, Felissa Rose was right next to me, you know. So then he introduced me to her like if I was a celebrity. He's like, Felissa, check this guy. This guy's Joe, Ray. He used to film with me. He go to my shows all the time.
Right.
And he hyped me up for her.
Exactly.
So then I'm like, shit. Now I feel like I'm the celebrity here.
Nice.
You know? Like,
That's what friends do.
Yeah.
If y'all cool like that, they're gonna hype you and be like, hey, that's my people too.
yeah.
Take care of them
So
too.
then she was really cool with me from that moment. So then I started following her on Instagram.
Right.
And then I seen that she was posting that there was actors needed for a certain movie.
Okay.
And then that's how I got involved, you know. So I reached out to her. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm thinking of doing that so I can join you on a film, you know.
Okay.
And then she said, oh yeah, that would be great. So you know, that's how I got involved. Like, I
So
pretty
you
much
got in basically on the independent scene,
Yeah.
doing like movies and stuff. So
Yeah.
So did you get all the way through to like get your Screen Actors Guild card to do all that, or you just kind of do it on the independent? circuit, like-
Independent. I don't got no cards. I'm not in SAG.
No, I asked that
Yeah.
question because some people are like, oh, well, he's doing shows, then is he in the industry that
Yeah,
deep in?
I'm not in the industry deep in like
Right.
that. It's just everything's on my own.
Got it.
So I find a gig on my time. You know, I'll reach out to them if I want to get in it, and if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. You know.
So what you want? Let me get these fellas. What you really want to be in the industry doing like major movies, like major horror movies, or major like drama, or major TV shows like that? Is that like an objective of yours?
It's not the goal, but it's an objective. Yeah.
I can see that.
You know?
I can see you
No,
doing
I can definitely see him on a line.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah, like my wife has always told me that my face needs to be on TV, like, or just myself, because like I'm a very hilarious guy.
Yes,
I
you
make
are.
people laugh.
Yes, you are.
I make facial expressions. I make sound effects. I'm just like a rat. Like,
I swear to God, not to cut you off. I swear to God, that day he had that picture of him with his hair on the wall. That got attraction 24/7 nonstop. I just said so many jokes. I said, man, Joe's on the Jet Beauty of the Week with his perm. He said, I was like,
most people don't know. People don't even know about Jet. You talking to an old.
I swear to God, I said, Joe, did you get a perm? What did you do to your hair? But that's how much I got so much respect for Joe, because even with somebody can say a joke about him, but he still shows up and still put on a smile on his face every day of the week. And that made me respect him more, because he's like, I don't care who sees it now. I'm still going to be me at the end of the day. I'm still going to do me. I'm still going to make my money. Still going to keep
gotta
pushing
take the
forward.
punches and roll with
so
it,
it's
you
just
know?
like, and how I met him was just like, talking about wrestling, and then all of a sudden, it just came into a neutral amount of friendship. So, I take that as what you said is, when you meet, how do you meet somebody? How do you approach them? How do you introduce yourself? It goes around the world. So,
Yeah. And you got to be humble too. You got to
Yeah.
be humble. Never forget that. That's what I tell everybody. Like, you got to stay humble no matter where you're at, no matter what you do. You're not better than anybody. You know? So,
I'm just thinking, you're not opposed to doing a show or anything, right?
yeah.
I'm just thinking it'd be great. The gimmick that every time introducing you to the show, be like a shark. It starts with a mohawk, and that's all they see, right? It starts
good
with a
idea.
mohawk, and it plays a little theme, which is just like a guitar riff or something.
that'll be
But the best part is every time he leaves, you never see him leave.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
just gone.
He's just gone.
You just
It's
see
like
him
Magic Man.
outline.
Now you see him. Now you don't. So I have a star question for you, because
Yeah.
you posted a picture. I think it was last year with you and Robert England.
Oh shit. Yeah.
How did?
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
that's
did?
this year. That's this
Yeah. Was it this year?
Yeah.
I was so jealous, dude. I'm like, how did you? How did?
So how did that come about?
Yes.
So my wife is a big Robert England fan. Like,
Shout out to her wife, and I'm a Robert
Shout out to
England
the
fan
wife.
too.
so I'm a Jason Voorhees guy. I'm Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Alright.
So we're always battling about Freddy versus Jason, which I know Jason wins. Anyways, hey, he walks out with the head.
Hey, that was the best part of the movie.
Tonight either.
If they make a part 2, that'd be hilarious. But go ahead.
So yeah, so we've done so many meet and greets. That's what I love to do. I love doing meet and greets. Like, if
Yes.
I go to a convention, I don't go to shop. I go to do the meet and greets. I'm paying respect
Yeah.
to these people
Yes.
that I grew up with that
Yes.
entertained me all my life. You know, so that's how they're making their money. They,
Right.
you know, they need it more than I do. So not they don't really need it, but so. Robert Englund is very hard to find. You know, he very doesn't do that many appearances as of lately, especially during COVID.
Got it.
You know what? I was shocked to see him in Stranger Things.
Yeah. I was like,
I couldn't even realize that was him. Like, is that Robert Englund? But yeah.
So Monsterpalooza came out this year, and they announced that Robert Englund was going to be here. I was like, oh shit, perfect gift for my wife. Like
Right,
I was
right.
going to get her that gift, the ultimate gift of all.
Of course.
So I booked that. I got her her photo ops, and I got her ticket for an autograph. I got her the entrance ticket to the venue, and then maybe 2 days before the event, actually the day of the event, he
Okay.
canceled.
Wow.
He said he got COVID.
Oh,
I was like, I got COVID, sorry, I ain't gonna be able to make it. And my wife was like super heartbroken.
Got it.
I was like, she was like already like eager, like,
Yeah.
I'm getting to meet the man of my dreams.
Right,
I'm
right.
like, you mean the man of your nightmares? I'm the man of your dreams.
Talk that talk.
So,
Talk that talk.
so I was like, all right, so.
It's like every night before you should put the sweater on.
Where's the hat?
Like,
no.
don't forget
No.
the glove.
Where's the bourbon? That was my favorite part of Nightmare on part 3 when he cut the girl's head off because like he asked for the bourbon.
Yeah. So once he canceled, she was really bummed out, and like we got a refund for the photo op and the autograph, but they didn't refund us for the venue. They said no, you still have to show up.
Right.
I'm like, but shit, everybody I went for canceled.
Right.
Bruce Campbell, I went for Bruce Campbell, and I paid for that. He canceled. Robert Englund, he canceled. I'm like, I don't want to go anymore.
Right.
You know, so, but we couldn't get refunds for the actual event, so we still had to go. I was pissed, but I ran into a lot of people I, hung out with, things like that. So that was pretty cool. We ended up meeting Tom Savini. He's a special effects artist and all that, so that was cool. So anyways, long story short, she was still bummed out about that. And I saw another flyer pop up that Robert Englund was doing a signing.
Right.
I was like, oh shit. But then I saw it was in Arizona. I was like, that's not right. It's around the corner, so I'm like, make a road trip out of it. So then we just made a road trip to Arizona. I think it was called Mad Monster Festival.
Okay.
And that's where he did his signing, and then that's where I got my wife to meet Robert Englund. And it was like an epic moment, just being like in the presence of the man.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
of course. Because you always want to be, when you get a chance to meet somebody who you really like and
Yeah.
appreciate and stuff, that's always a good moment. And that happens. Everybody gets one of those moments.
Yeah.
And that's really cool that God made that.
Yeah, so it was a really great moment for my wife. I did that for my wife.
Nice,
I'm like,
nice.
I'm like, you get Robert Englund because that's the one she wanted to meet. And then also, if you guys watched The Office,
Yeah.
what's his name? Dwight. Ray
Dwight
Wilson,
Schrute? Yeah, yeah.
Ray Wilson,
Yeah.
he was there too. So it was like it was like a win-win for my wife. I'm like, look, now you get both comedy and horror together.
Nice.
So yeah, so that was a gift for my wife. That's why we met Robert Englund.
So if you had a chance to be on any movie or any TV show, which one are you doing?
And better yet, what part would you want to play?
Movie, I want to be an Evil Dead.
Nah, I can see that.
One or two, either one.
Yeah, I can see that.
One, no, yeah, you know what? Army of Darkness is my favorite. So Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness is my favorite of all.
Okay, so Army of
So I
Darkness
would
is
be in
good.
Army of Darkness, and I would play somebody that dies. Because I want blood on me, dude. I want that blood.
You want to be part of the Skeleton Army?
Yes, that would be
you want to
badass
kill.
too. I swear to God, like the first time I saw that movie, I was high as hell, dude.
Got it.
So
Here we go. Here we go. Go ahead, talk. Go.
Tell 'em.
I was high. I was watching the movie, and I was like, I forgot what I was smoking, but I smoked some shit. And I saw the beginning, and I closed my eyes, and I woke up, and I just seen skeletons talking. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching this shit?
You're
Like,
looking at my dad?
yeah.
My dad.
Scared himself.
Then, I fade back away, and I wake up again, and there's humans again talking. I'm like, what the fuck happened to the skeletons and shit? Like, it was just trippy. The first time I ever seen skeletons talking and shit, bro. I was like, I thought I was tripping.
Right.
What the fuck did I smoke?
There's some good stuff.
Then I saw it again, sober. I'm like, all right, cool. This is badass. It's still good. It was still good. I love it.
That's good. That's good. Classic movie. You can't go wrong.
Bruce Campbell's one of my favorite, artists out there, and I got to meet him too, so that was pretty cool. Couldn't get a picture with him, but I got his autograph.
That's cool. So, how do you think the industry's changed from the time that you started till where you are now? Do you think it's changed a lot? Do you think it's not changed at all? Do you think that?
Well, I barely just kind of started, like September of 2022.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's still fairly new.
Okay,
But
so-
I can see how it's changed from back in the days
Right.
where, back in the days, because I hear from all the old school, actors and how easy it is to do it now,
Right.
but it's still tough to do.
Right.
But back in the days, you had to do auditions,
Yeah.
submit auditions and things
Right,
like that,
right.
Nowadays, you can just pay to get into a gig.
Okay.
But the hard part about it is, because I've seen it in person, some people pay to get in and they don't have the talent,
Right, right.
So they're making your film look bad.
Yes.
So a lot of the times now you see a B movie, oh shit.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry.
You see a B movie, you're like, oh, that movie wasn't good, that was bad acting. I'm like, well, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So
So would you say because of that ease of accessibility, it's been flooded with subpar, just flat out bad actors?
yeah.
Or just
But it's
the
not
entertainment.
always just the actors though. Sometimes it's directors' decisions.
Sometimes it's a
Yeah.
script. Sometimes
Yeah, effectively every part of Hollywood has been infested with
Yeah.
those who paid their way in.
Yeah.
And now
'Cause
we're
I-
starting to see the fruits of that.
Yeah, because I've seen directors actually give good directions, and I've seen directors that kind of just like they want it their way, and it's not the good way. Like they're hard on, like no, you do it my way, and this is the way I
My
want
way
it,
or the highway.
and then it turns out to shit.
So hypothetically, if you was to say like, if somebody asked you, oh, how would you get started in doing this and this, would you tell them, well, sometimes you have to work your way from the bottom to work your way up top, or you just, if you have the natural talent, just go for it and see what happens, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to work your way from the bottom. Like I said, I respect you with your engineering and music, because people always tell me, why don't you just record your own stuff? It's going to be cheaper. I'm like, I didn't go to school for that stuff. I'd rather pay the people that actually took the time to learn this stuff and go to school for that. Yes.
You have to come see me, like, Cam, help me out,
Yeah.
let me just engineer
Yeah.
this up,
I didn't.
figure out, get a secondary.
I don't have time to go to school and learn all that stuff.
But that's the way I learned it too.
Yeah.
Because I had to listen under other engineers and other artists.
Yeah.
So when you said you met your artist and they got you on, that was the same thing for me.
Yeah.
The way I got put on was meeting people in the gaming industry, meeting
Yeah.
people in music, and they say, look, here's your way to get on. Here's how I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
And I stayed connected with them. And I just kept doing it, and I just kept learning it. But I had to learn the fundamental part of it because I didn't want to pay that money to be in the studio.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like I know,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
studio money is some real money.
Right.
Yeah.
It's some real money. I don't care what studio you at.
Yeah, and the things about that too is that validates both parties.
Yeah.
It benefits him because he went to learn it. It benefits you because you get access to that knowledge.
Yeah.
It's how things work. Nowadays you got people who are just like, well, I'm going to try to do everything myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Without the proper expertise, without the knowledge or even the equipment.
You're gonna fuck up somewhere.
And then they're wondering, well, why isn't it going anywhere?
Yeah.
It's like trying to farm, but you don't got the tools. You're using your hands.
Yeah.
And then you're wondering why your fingernails are broken.
Yeah, but the difference is they'll, with around the right people, they're going to teach you to. So I wouldn't just sit there and just engineer it for you.
Yeah.
I would show you, here's what I'm doing, here's how you mix it down, so you learn the process as you go on. So you have the understanding of, when I'm playing live, the same type of techniques that I'm working on the mix board to record you down, it's the same thing you're doing when you're setting it up live. So your same levels and balances, it's going to kind of translate from one to another, so you can hear for yourself like, oh, this sounds more crisp, this sounds more clear, my voice is coming out more stronger here.
And you know what's so funny?
You can see it for yourself.
And you know what's so funny about that? Because people look past that because it's like, everybody's trying to do everything by themselves, but not realizing you might need help somewhere down the line, the road, because you don't know everything. And I think that's one thing that does challenge a lot of people because, I look back at, of course, by myself, and I still, give thanks to the people who helped me come the way because I couldn't do this by myself on the journey and I think, now that as we're getting older, that I have to respect more. Like if I have a question, ask it. Like, like Cam, I come to you all the time. Like, hey, something I don't know. Hey, can I ask you this question? Hey, if he doesn't, sometimes he might not have the right answer, but at least it's good for me to ask somebody.
Yeah. He can guide you to the right answer.
To the next person.
So I don't know the words, but maybe Vic, go to Vic. Or go to this person.
So for you, I can relate because when you go do your music, you got to ask certain people like, hey, what do you think about this, or do you think this can get better, or do I need to work on some more of this? And you take it for granted if they give you good advice or not. So
it's like I go to when I go to the studio, I'm like, hey bro, I got this track, it's a masterpiece, let's do this. And then we're laying it down. Then my engineer, he told me, hey, how about you try hitting a higher note right here? I'm like, no bro, it's gonna be better my way. Try it out. And then I try it out. I'm like, playback. Oh shit, you're right. It did sound better, So my audio tracks always has some input from my engineer. So I think I came in with a masterpiece, but now with his help and guidance, it became even better.
Yeah, I always say that,
so it's always
you
good.
have a piece, I know it's great.
Yeah.
But let me kind of do my thing.
try
Let
it.
me make sure it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, people got to realize that a lone wolf is a dead wolf. You need a pack.
Yeah.
You need your brothers, you need friends, you need a group. At the very least, acquaintances.
Yeah.
Because, if you got nobody to check you, you're going to be like George Lucas. You're going to be making material that you think is amazing.
Yeah.
But everyone else is being like,
I can't believe
what
you went there.
well, nobody wants to be George Lucas.
No,
Like that.
but you're not lying. That's what I said.
The
Because
last thing anybody needs is a yes man. You need people willing to tell you no, because those who actually care about you will tell you to your face,
That's a fact.
this is trash.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I care, that's why I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But people are afraid of that now. People are so afraid of negative feedback, not
Yeah.
realizing that you cannot shape steel without heating it up.
That's the funny thing is too. Like, I will accept negative feedback. I'll take any kind of feedback. Like they say, any critic is better than no critic. So like when I released my music video, I sent it out like personally to specific people. I'm like, hey, my music video just came out. Can you tell me what you think?
Right.
Some people will say, okay, cool, I'll check it out tonight. You never respond back. I'll send it to somebody else. Can you let me know? I know you're a fucking tough critic. Let me know what you think. Then it says seen. I only saw my message. Then they don't reply back at all.
Right.
But then they share a regular story, and I'll talk to them. Like, hey, that was a cool picture you posted. He's like, oh, I know, right? That was cool, me and my dog or whatever. I'm like, dude, you responded back to that, but you couldn't give me my feedback. Like, I'm just trying to get some feedback from people.
Okay, so you're not blind.
Yeah. So it's like, it's tough. It's tough out there. Like, that's my biggest struggle, to get my stuff out there, because I'm in the Los Angeles area. I have friends out here, so I figure people will be happy for me. Like, hey, I went to high school with that guy, or hey, I worked with this guy. But they're not sharing it. Like, hey, I'm proud of the guy I worked with. Look at what he's doing now.
Right.
One of my best friends from childhood. Look what he's doing now. I don't get that, So I have to reach out, further out. I submitted to festivals in Europe.
Yeah,
I'm winning awards.
We're going to get
So
there in a second.
all these film festivals are from different areas,
Right.
and that's how I got my name out there.
Right.
I got in touch with people from Hollywood, and then these guys help me promote.
Right.
It's the strangers that you meet online that actually help you and support you
That's correct.
over your close personal friends.
Right.
So a lot of people think like, I'm not going to share him because he's better than me. I'm like, that's not the point. dude.
No. I tell the boys all the time, now here, it's bigger than, and I always say it's bigger than you.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people, like your closest people around you, are going to try to pull you down because they don't want you to get there. Because
Yeah.
they think that, oh, you're making it, but what about me? You're not taking me along for the ride. It's like, no, certain things I can't take you along for the ride. Certain things I have to do with my circle and get us there. I'll come back for you, don't worry.
Yeah.
But you gotta let us do this for a little
It's
bit.
like,
Yeah.
listen, man, you gotta understand, we both can't fit on Splash Mountain.
Right, exactly.
You're gonna have to wait.
And only long ride only
That's a good way to put it.
long ride only fits four. I can't
look,
drop
both of us
seven.
big dudes can't fit on this ride together.
Exactly. Speaking of the awards, you were just mentioning those. Talk to me about those awards, family.
Hey, congratulations. Look at this.
First of all, you're doing-
It's like a
doing
wall of
something
champions right here.
Dude, I know, right?
Doing
So-
something.
All I
Talk
need
to
is a
us.
belt.
So this was like the first physical trophy I've gotten. These 3 musical ones is from Europe, the Europe Music Awards. This was best rock music video. I got best top 20, and then the best editing. My guy Timothy A. Bennett,
Word.
he edited that video, and he made magic happen on that
Right,
one.
right.
This is the best music video in the Hollywood Blood Horror Festival.
That's cool.
That's a pretty cool trophy right there.
That's cool. That's a.
I like that
And
one.
then
You ever
this
used to
one,
scratch your back?
not yet,
Not yet.
but it helps me think. I'm like,
I could just see his wife catching like, you really playing with the trophy?
no, I catch her playing the trophy.
Too early.
And then this one's best set design right here.
Best
NDX Film Festival.
That's
So
cool.
Now that's a really nice.
this is a really nice one. Yeah, it's a really crystal glass, and I got lots of certificates for the other ones. Oh yeah, and then my old punk festival.
show
I can
that.
see that.
Yes.
My little punk
Because
rock.
people don't know what that is.
Yeah, they're like, why you got a
Yes.
giant safety pin? I'm like, this was a trophy. From the
How
LA
big is your
Punk
kids?
Film Festival. Yeah.
Right, but see, those people don't understand how hard it is to get that one in
Yeah.
particular. That's really
So-
highly coveted and highly competed for.
I was at a red carpet with some of my cast, and I told everybody, hold the trophy. I was the only one that wanted to hold this because nobody else would understand.
Right.
This means something to me.
Yes.
It wouldn't mean nothing to them. They want the big glories and all that. You know, I'm like, nah, I want rock
That one is the
festival.
hardest one to
So
get.
this one I performed live at their show too.
That's cool.
And I won best music video. So
That's
that
great.
one means a lot to me.
That's great.
You know?
That's great.
So, from taking away from your accomplishments, what have you learned from more of this as wise?
You got to invest in yourself. Investing in yourself you know, it works in the end, long run. It's gonna be tough. You're gonna be broke. You waste all your money and time and energy because, like I said, I funded my whole project myself. I spent $6,000, a little $6,000 and some change.
No, yeah, that's
$6,000 and some change.
independent. That's a lot.
But like I said, these are just the physical trophies. I got certificates and credits on other awards. I think I've won about like 22 awards already. Everything I paid for, invested in, I got an award. Best set design. I had to rent that studio to do, so that paid off.
Right.
We've won best special effects.
Yes.
I had to pay to get my special effects artist in there. Best music video. Obviously, I think I got that multiple times. I even got like best low budget. Like, cool.
Hey, better than nothing.
Hey, but I mean, you don't understand. I mean, low budget is, $6,000 ain't low budget.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
if you Google it, I think anything under like seven or 12.
Yeah, I think it's like 12.
Yeah, it's like 12.
like
anything under 12 is low budget. I'm like, fuck you, I'm not low budget.
Right.
You know, shit.
Right. Like, but to them, you know, when people get pockets, they were like,
But to
well,
big Hollywood,
Yeah.
that's low budget. I'm like, well, fuck it, I guess, you know, shit.
They do.
So I won best low budget, best producer. So like me producing my music video worked out for me, you know.
Right.
I literally got like awards for every category I've invested in.
Okay.
So you gotta invest in yourself, you know.
True. So what's on the horizon for you, Jeff? What we got working?
What's the future hold?
Future's holding. I got another music video I'm gonna work on.
Okay.
Nice.
You know, I was supposed to record my song this November, 2023, but I did not expect these film festivals to, you know, call me over. So yeah, it all piled up. I had
Hard work is paying off,
I had
brother.
like three film festivals back to back.
Yes.
So I was like, shit. Well, there goes my time.
Right.
So I'm gonna go record my song next year. Then I'm gonna make the music video for that one. But then I'm also going to film another movie in February. Gotta go to Cincinnati.
Got it.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, this movie's gonna be called Haunted House of Pancakes.
Here we go.
If you guys ever seen the old school movies like B movies,
Is it sponsored by IHOP?
People can take that in different ways, so you got to kind of clarify.
That's the coolest title I ever heard in my life. Now I want some pancakes.
yeah, Haunted House of Pancakes. It's gonna be in a diner on Halloween where food comes to life and starts killing.
So the haunted IHOP.
Yeah.
It already kills. Have you seen my cholesterol?
Oh, goodness.
Well, the thing is like, man,
Yeah, can you go?
can I borrow an orange juice? Yeah, I just need liquids.
Yeah, go ahead.
Woo,
Good,
get
I
a
know you-
swig. Just that haunted house of pancakes.
No, one, two.
Wow.
Now that sounds interesting. Now, I think it's supposed to be more of a horror comedy.
It's horror comedy, yes.
That's cool.
That's my favorite type of movies, horror comedy. Because like, growing up, I watched like Ace Ventura, you know, the comedy
Yes,
eras
yes.
and all that type. Horror movies, Evil Dead, you know, Jason, Friday the 13th.
Naked Gun.
So this is a
Naked Gun.
Hey, that's
So
a
this
classic.
is
Naked Gun,
That's a classic.
Hot Shots.
Leslie Nielsen. Oh,
God rest his souls.
the best dry humor around.
So once I discovered there's horror comedy, I'm like, I need to get involved in these.
Right.
So
Haunted House of Pancakes, you know, they were like, I'm gonna give you one spoiler.
okay.
I'm gonna die. Buy food. So I always told myself, food will be the death of me. I always told everybody I love to eat.
Go.
I was like, food is gonna be the death of me. And now especially that I'm dying.
If you gonna die by a pancake, I'm pouring this.
What kind of pancakes?
Oh, this is nuts.
So here's the thing.
Blueberry.
Like if you follow my page or the Haunted House of Pancakes, you can see some waffles, the
Right.
designs of the waffles
Got
that
it,
come out
got
in there,
it,
you know.
got it.
But there's gonna be different type of food that's gonna be killing people.
Right.
Not just pancakes. It's
Got it.
gonna be very intense. It's gonna be freaking awesome. It's gonna be hilarious.
It has to be awesome, just the title.
Yeah,
It takes place on Halloween night.
yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So
So what's the time frame that we can expect this?
they're hoping to have it by the end of 2024.
Okay.
Nice.
So we're filming it in February 2024.
Yeah.
They're gonna hope to try to get it out there, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So
It takes a
hopefully
while.
October.
Yeah.
Is it going to be out stateside or out of state?
That I'm not sure yet. I mean, we'll see. We'll push to get it everywhere, but
Nice.
Yeah,
That sounds-
I hope you get some run.
that's gonna be very
Get
interesting.
something like a Tubi or something, you know, somewhere
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
some visibility. That would be great.
Does the food talk?
I don't know yet.
Under that?
I'll let you know in February.
That'd be hilarious.
So, if you could change one thing about everything you're doing, what would you do?
A bigger mohawk.
No. I can't get a perfect mohawk. My shit splits like Like if you just take a picture of the mohawk, it looks like Whoville.
But this is the awesome mohawk I've seen.
You got a little village in there.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't really change anything. I'm enjoying everything that I'm experiencing. You know, like I don't want to be Mr. Hollywood. I don't want to be the big shot. I don't want to get too cocky. I don't want to get an agent where I can't do certain podcasts. They're gonna limit you to do certain things. Like I'm enjoying the run I'm going on as it is. You know.
That's good, man.
So you like the independent circuit versus
I love
trying
it.
to be like trying to get to the mainstream.
It's like I even tell people like I don't want to do it for money.
Right.
I just love the recognition.
Got it.
Like when I put my video out, I just want people to be like, hey, that's Dirty Freaking Joe right there. I like that shit. Or I saw you in that movie. You know, like. And the thing is, I can't tell people that I'm a celebrity because a lot of the movies haven't even came out yet.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I have one that came out.
Right.
But then I got 2 more coming out. Maybe spring, summertime 2024.
Got it.
Area 5150.
Nice.
That's where I wrote Sci-Fi Sam.
Wow.
Oh,
I wrote it for them.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a sci-fi horror comedy.
So your video translated directly to the movie. That's
My
nice.
scene there, I'm watching a podcast. What a coincidence. So I'm a diehard fan of this Sci-Fi Sam podcast.
Right.
So they told me, play yourself. You're a rocker. Bring your guitar and just watch the show. And then I told them, hey, I'm gonna come up with a hook. I was thinking like Wayne's World, all the time. Excellent.
Damn.
So then like
taking it back.
So when I was driving the set, I was just like, sci-fi, alien, extraterrestrial, you know? So then I told them on set, like, hey, let me try this out while I'm watching the show. I'm like, I make it seem like I went to a convention and I saw Sci-Fi Sam there. And I'm like, hey, Sci-Fi, check out my demo, dude. I wrote a song for you. This is going to be your theme song for your new podcast, Sci-Fi, alien.
Yeah.
So then, like, everyone on set loved that hook. They're like, oh, everybody was laughing. They were humming it.
Right.
They're like, hey, dude, you can write a whole song? I was like, challenge accepted, dude. You know?
Nice.
And I did.
That's dope.
Nice.
So, I think we're all a little curious, if you don't mind telling us, what are you hoping to accomplish in the coming year?
In the coming year, I'm hoping to accomplish another music video and releasing, well, not me releasing, but seeing my movies that I starred in, which is Area 5150 and Desert Fiends.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2 movies I filmed this year and expecting to release springtime, summertime 2024. Now, Desert Fiends, I'm actually doing a lead role. I'm one of the villains.
Nice.
So I'm actually a mutant. There's a teaser trailer out there, but I have a sack over my head like Jason.
Okay.
So you don't actually see my mutant face.
Right.
Can you see out of it?
Yeah, I got one hole. I get one hole I can see out
You
of
don't
it.
want to just hit the wall.
Yeah. That one's gonna be very intense.
Because it will
Very
be
bloody,
nice.
very gory. It's not for the weak of heart.
So it's a little bit of a, what's the movie, The Hills Have Eyes?
It's like The Hills Have Eyes, yeah. Kind of The Hills Have Eyes vibe to it. It's really
Good
cool.
movie.
I had a fun time on set, dude. Like, I got to meet a lot of actors there too. Like Tom Arnold was there.
Right.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, Bai Ling from The Crow.
Yep.
Brett Wagner was there.
Oh, so
Eileen Dietz from The Exorcist.
Eileen
Strong
Dietz?
cast. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Like,
awesome.
there was a lot. Scott Taylor Compton was there.
It's amazing where work can take you.
Yeah. You know, so like, the good thing too, like I said, being humble or whatever, like one thing you want to take about starting in this career is like you get booked for an actor gig, but while you're on set, if I'm not acting, I'm helping anybody else that's on set. I'm like, hey, boom guy, you want me to hold that for a little bit, or you want me to bounce some light for a little bit? Like, I'm not too good to do anybody's job.
Right.
You want me to fucking pick up the trash, dude, while you guys are here? I'll do that too. You
Because
know?
in a quite literal sense, you're all working together.
Yeah, and because of that, like, when I went to film Desert Fiends in Las Vegas, I was the only one with a car. I stayed at Airbnb with like 3 other actors.
Right.
None of them had a car because they all flew in.
Right.
I drove. So I drove everybody to set and back. You know,
But
so
that's
on my
good,
days
though.
off, when I wasn't acting, I'm supposed to be relaxing.
Right.
But I took my guys to set.
No,
You
but
know,
it's all good.
so while I'm there, I'm like, well, I'm just hanging out. I'm not gonna drive back and then come back to pick them up.
Right.
So I stayed, and because I stayed, I got to meet some of these celebrities that weren't there on my days. I'm like, oh shit, now I got to meet almost everybody.
Right. But that's
You know?
great though. That gives you the opportunity
Yes.
to just talk, interact, at least take a
Network.
to a face. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just an important lesson in life is you got to be willing to bond with people.
Yeah.
Like the simplest thing, like carpooling, You learn a lot about people through carpool.
Yeah.
And you got to be willing to sacrifice, because if you sacrifice your
I know a lot about that carpool.
You sacrifice your relaxing time to go back to set and hang out on set. And that's super important, because sometimes you got to make that chance and sacrifice that allowed you to meet these extra celebrities.
Because some people only come to set for one day, and that might not be on your day.
Right.
So because I was there, I got to meet a lot of people. I got my whole folder where I had everybody sign it. I had everybody but Tom Arnold, because he filmed day one, and I was barely arriving on day one. But I ended up meeting him somewhere else, so that was pretty cool.
Nice. All right, I got to do this before we head out. Top 5 movies of all time. You gotta do this. We do this for everybody.
At the very minimum 3.
You gotta give me 5. You gotta give me 5. Just
now, okay. Well, let's clarify this. What kind?
No.
Genres
Okay. Cool.
I already did, y'all.
Okay. This was off a joke.
You said 5.
Top 5. I need 5 of them things.
All the time. I'll try to mix the genres and the times.
Feel free.
So I will have to go with Army of Darkness.
Got it.
Okay.
Freddy versus Jason.
Can't go wrong with that.
Because it got both of them in it, you know. I can't choose a favorite Friday the 13th. I can't choose a favorite
I know.
Freddy.
As long as
Friday the 13th just does.
As long as you don't say Jason X.
I like Jason.
I like the Jason X.
I don't. It's not the best one, but I liked it. It was entertaining.
It's a little too out there for me, but I can see why.
Yeah. Okay. Then I got to go with Beer Fest.
Nice.
That's more with the times.
Classic.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yes.
And then let's see. I got one more. I would probably have to go with Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
All right.
I think that's a
Not Pet Detective. Nature Calls, huh?
Well, it's because I think I saw Nature Calls first, and then I backtracked into
Oh,
it. They're both good.
That's where he's in the jungle, right?
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's all good. Well, I didn't want to hold you for too long, but I definitely want to make sure we got enough in there for you. Let the people know where to find you, man.
Share yourself.
Your socials.
All right. So on Instagram, you can find me at dirty_Joe87. And on Facebook, I'm under Joe Gonzalez. And you can find me on YouTube. Don't know my channel, but just type in Dirty Freaking Joe, Sci-Fi Sam. You can see my music video there.
Yes. We'll plug all that for you, of course, man. But, on behalf of the PVC Podcast, I'm honored.
I'm glad to see you guys. It's been a pleasure seeing you guys. It's been a long time coming. Long high five.
Dude, you don't know how long I've been waiting to do this.
Yeah.
Like, really, I've been arguing with this. Like, we gotta get Joe. I gotta clear.
We're bringing on.
He greased himself up just for this.
Am I the first celebrity guest?
Yes. Everybody. No. Because everybody keeps asking. You want to get on?
Yeah.
Your trophy will be in the mail.
You guys will get a trophy soon.
I know. We in the pocket. We just grinding. We just doing what we do, man. And it's an honor to do this, of course. But
I'm honored to be here with you guys, man.
So before we wrap up, any advice you can give us about what we're doing?
Whether it be music, acting, or just general life advice, what would you like to share with the people?
Don't give up. Like I said, invest in yourself. That's why one of the first questions I asked, how much did you invest in your equipment? Because it takes money to make money, you know? And even if you're not trying to do it to make money, you get what you pay for it.
That's true.
So don't give up. Like I said, don't worry about how many followers you get. You just get yourself out there and do you, In time, like I said, it took me over a decade to get where I'm at, so.
And but you also say don't quit your job.
Don't quit your day job. Don't quit your day job.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I don't think I can quit my day job. Like, I can't see myself doing that. But in time I'll have to, but not anytime soon.
Well, when the crossroads come.
Yeah. So,
we
just
appreciate
be humble, stay active, and just appreciate everything you got, man.
Well, we appreciate you as well, man. Keep pushing and keep going, man. We right there in the trenches with you.
Yes.
Anything from us, you always know what to do. If you want to come back to the table, come hang out with us, we do that too, man.
Yeah, anytime you want to come, just let us know. We'll always have a spot for you.
You always have that, always will be back.
We'll have the hot chocolate waiting.
There you go.
Hot chocolate, dude.
Shit. We gotta get that man some liquor. But anyway, let me get everybody up off the table, baby. We got some things to do. But on behalf of Paul, Vic, Dirty Joe, man, in the building, on behalf of Dirty Joe as well. My name is Cam, aka Mr. Nerd Boy Fresh.
Fiki.
Oh, y'all know how we do. Like always, it's God above everything. Till the next time, family. We do this again soon.
Much love and respect.
Woo.